Today I'm going to start off with toner pads again. So these are the pores on my nose, which I hope these toner pads will help me improve. Whilst I use the smooth side on my forehead, I'm going to clean my makeup brushes whilst I'm waiting. So about after a minute, take it off and we're ready for foundation. Still using a liquid foundation, which I first dab onto my face with my fingers, and then I use a makeup puff to blend it out. For areas that I want more coverage, such as the pores on my nose, I do more of a pressing down motion. This will give it more coverage. On other areas such as cheeks and my forehead, I do more of a sweeping motion. This gives a more natural finish. Making sure you get the hairline. Now quickly wiping off the foundation that got into my hair, lip balm and concealer. So dab onto the areas such as the redness around your nose or any dark areas underneath your eyes. Now taking a fluffy makeup puff and dabbing finishing powder onto the areas that you applied concealer or areas that are prone to be more oily, such as the top of my eyebrows. Then patting it on the rest of your face. Now taking the eyebrow powder and using the pointing end of the brush to draw an outline. Then taking the fluffy end of the brush and filling it in to give it more volume. Using a brow fixing gel to make each of my eyebrow hairs more prominent. This is our eyeshadow palette for the day. Taking the light beige color and applying it widely over the entire upper eye area. So into the crease and over the lid. Then dabbing a light bisque with the middle orangey color and applying that on the lid. Now taking that middle orangey color by itself and applying it over the creases of my eyelid. Taking that beige and that orangey color to create a nice tone for my lower lash line. And now moving on to the outer corners. So using the darker colors of the palette, you drag it along the outer corner of the lash line in small strokes. Now taking a fluffy brush, you blend out the edges and sweep over the lid. Taking more of the darker colors, tapping off any excess and just dragging it along there for more definition. Looking at the shimmer we're working with today, it's a really nice coppery, warm, orangey color. I'm just going to put that on the middle of my lid with my fingertips. Taking a pointed flat brush and taking the pearly, shimmery color to highlight the inner corners of my eyelid. Doing the same on my lower lash line, so go 1/3 of the lower lash line. Now taking that first beige to just sweep the area and make it look more natural. With eyeliner, you want to start in the inner corners of your eyes and work in small strokes outwards. You're doing this to fill in the gaps between your lash line and your eyelashes. Always work in small strokes, and especially when you're working on the edge, just drag it out a little bit at a time, a little bit at a time. You can always stop to check. Doing the same with the other eye, so just working in small strokes and filling in those gaps. And then flick your brush when you're working on the end of the line, because it will give a clean, sharp look. And just build it slowly. I'm using a tissue with the eyelash curler to prevent my look from smudging before applying some mascara. Now onto contour. I like to use contour just on the sides of my nose as well as my hairline. And with blush, I'm dabbing it on the apples of my cheeks with a fluffy brush. With highlighter, this is a champagne colored highlighter that is not as bright as some of my other highlighters, but it has a slight pink tinge, which I think fits in really well with the tone of this look. With the lip color, I'm using an orange matte lip color, applying it to the bottom lip first and then bopping. And then you get it onto the top lid and then you blend it out with a cotton bud. And there you go, all done. Hope you guys enjoyed this natural kind of orangey summer look.